Hello, my name is JynexSol. How are you doing today? Today I will be talking about a deck, the new Fire King structure deck, um, Onslaught of the Fire Kings, and this is a new fire theme based structure deck that just came out this month, and it has given us five new, well, has introduced a new archetype which I'm about to talk about right now, called the Fire Kings. Now, as you see up here, this is the boss monster, Fire King High Avatar Grunix. And as you can tell, he's a phoenix. And I'm about to go into each individual Fire King monster and tell you what this deck is all about. The deck is pretty much based on the Fire King monsters destroying themselves in order for their effects to go off. Some have the ability to search, other ones have abilities to bring monsters to the field. But the best thing about these monsters, I think, in my opinion, is unique, is that when a Fire King monster is destroyed by a card effect, I mean, if you have an endless way to destroy the Fire King monsters, one can be special summon from the hand, automatically. You cannot do this, however, if it's done during the damage step. And I'd like to show you each individual one and give you an idea what the deck is based about. I'm going to start off with Fire King Avatar Grunix. This is like the pre-evolved version of the card. High Avatar Grunix, what it does is it's a level 3 fire type wing beast monster with 700 attack and 17 defense. And what he does is if a base of Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, except during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in your possession, is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, by your opponent's cards, either by battle or by card effect, and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Fire King monster from your deck. I call this monster the UFO Turtle because you can special summon another Fire King Avatar Grunix or another Fire King monster if you wish. Why does this just happen just now? Sorry about that, folks. Next monster I'd like to go into is the boss monster of the deck. Sorry to go into the boss monster so quick, but I'm just going in the order I have it up here. And the next monster is called Fire King High Avatar Grunix. He's pretty much the second form of Grunix. He's a fire type, winged beast type monster with 2700 attack and 17 defense. He is level 8. His effect is during the next standby phase after this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard. Special summon it from the graveyard. When you do, destroy all the monsters on the field. When it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Fire King monster from your deck except himself. Now, he has the same effect of his lower form, except when he's destroyed by a card effect, he acts as a dark hole, leaving all the monsters to go to the graveyard except himself. This is a good effect, However, if you come against Starlight Road, then yeah. But I think he'll come back even though, because Starlight Road does destroy him. It negates his effect to destroy everything else, but it destroys him, which means he'll come back the next turn anyway. I don't see much loss there. Next card I want to talk about is Fire King Beast Yashka. Pretty much he's the Fire King who destroys. He is a fire attribute beast warrior, level 4 monster with 1800 attack and 200 defense. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can destroy one card you control or in your hand. You can only use the effect of one Fire King Beast Yashka per turn. Now, he is useful because the Fire Kings need a way to destroy themselves, and he provides the way for that. You can set him in defense mode from a high attack monster that's about to attack him. When he's destroyed, Using the effect, destroy like a Runix in your hand or any Fire King monster. You know? And then, wait, Fire King monster. Actually, no. It'd be better if you use this effect on the field. Like if you have a little Fire King monster on the field, destroy that. And special summon one from your hand, providing more field control. Or you can get rid of that Garunix, high avatar Garunix that's in your hand, that you can't do anything with and destroy them because it'll be back next standby anyway. A pretty good combo if you think about it. The next card I want to go into is Fire King Avatar Barong. He's pretty much the searcher of the deck. The Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect except during the damage step. You can special summon this card from your hand. During the next standby, after this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, add one Fire King card from your deck to your hand, except for Fire King Avatar Barong. Now he searches for any Fire King, a card with Fire King in its name. But just like that, the boss monster, Garunix, the other members, including the two other spell cards that go with the deck, the Onslaught of the Fire Kings, and the Circle of the Fire King. He can search for all that. And the last monster I like to talk about is Fire Avatar Kirin, who pretty much dumps fire monsters into the grave, providing you with fire monsters in your grave to summon Pyrex or for rekindling. This monster here, Fire King Avatar Kirin, is a level 3 beast with 1000 attack and 200 defense. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect except during damage step, special summon this card from your hand. This card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You can send one fire monster from your deck to your graveyard. This works well with the Circle of the Fire Kings because the Circle of the Fire Kings allows you to swap by destroying one fire monster you control and switching it with a monster in your graveyard. This is for like dumping that Garunix you don't want to draw into, or that Sacred Fiend's Nephthys that you don't want to draw into. Just dump it in the graveyard and use Circle of the Fire Kings, special destroy that fire monster you control, special summon from the hand, and add a monster from the graveyard to the field. No problem. I think that's pretty useful. I want to talk about the spells. Also, the Fire Kings. If you control if your monster controls a monster, you control no monsters at all, special summon one Fire Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast from your deck, and the Fire King monsters are one of those 3 types. Special summon with ease. Its effects negated and is destroyed during the end of the turn. Now, that provides useful because, remember, like I said, the Fire King monsters need to be destroyed in order for their effects to go off. And Circle of the Fire Kings, just his job is pretty much if your monster about to get bombed and strap hole, which you don't want, or Dimensional Prison, you can use Circle of the Fire Kings, destroy the monster that you was about to lose, switch it out with a monster that's in your graveyard that you can summon, and get an effect off. So that works well too. The best thing about Circle of the Fire Kings is that it's a quick play, so you can play it on your turn or your opponent's turn, unlike Onslaught. You can also use Onslaught and then chain Circle of the Fire Kings, get some effects off, get your Garunix, get your Sacred Phoenix that you don't want to draw into, and there you go. Another monster I'll mention adding is Flamevell Fire Dog, because he works like a Shura in a way. This deck is like a fire version of Black Wings if you think about it. You have a Shura, you have multiple ways of getting monsters out on the field with no problem. You have destruction effects. You can also use Icarus attack because you do have Wing Beast monsters in this deck. You can also use Horn of the Phantom Beast because you do have Beast and Beast Warriors. Yes. What else is there? I think this deck has potential, not to be meta, but a good casual fun deck that you can make. Another card that works by being destroyed by a card effect is Neo Flamevell Hedgehog, Inari Fire, because the Hedgehogs brings back a monster from the graveyard with 200 less defense. And the Inari Fire already has 200 defense. It's a power type, level 4. And you can special summon it when you have a spellcaster on the field. But you can also special summon it when you destroyed by a card effect. That's actually pretty useful. Monsters that destroy other cards using card effects would be Bonfire Colossus, which is a level 8 monster. If you control a fire type monster, special summon it. Level 8, 26. Destroy 2 fire types. Just destroy 2 monsters you control. Goka, if you control a fire monster, special summon it, then destroy a fire monster, providing you with more effects. Right there is level 6. You can use it to go in as a level 6 for level 6 exceeds. There's also a trap card called Oceans Ablaze. It works for level 7 and higher water and fire type monsters, and the fire type effect, I believe, is to destroy a monster that you control. And the other side to it is you can discard a card when you do that. Torrential Tribute works fine. Dark Hole works fine. Destruct Potion, if you're low on life points, you can destroy one monster you control and gain some life. And if you really want to be retro about it, there's a trap card called Two Pronged Attack. That's a very old card. Destroy 2 monsters you control and destroy 1 monster that your opponent controls. You get 2 effects off at once. Special summon monsters from your hand. They have no monsters going for an attack. Provide yourself with more cover. Synchros, if you want to combine these synchros, best synchros to use for this deck would be Black Rose Dragon, Scrap Dragon, and just to save your monsters at times, you can throw in 2 or 3 Birdmans in there for synchro capability. Synchro into Trion, and he has 2500 attack. His effect is when he uses a fire monster, when he destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage equal to the attack. I think that's pretty useful. Maybe not. I think it's pretty cool. And I thank you for listening to me on this deck profile. These are the 5 members here. I thank you for watching. This is JynexSol talking about Fire Kings. Take care and see you next time.